In a pool of 10 million rainbow candies, there's one M&M hidden. The first to find it wins $100,000. The M&M is almost identical in shape to the rainbow candies, making it like finding a needle in a haystack. 3 players excitedly dive into the candy pool. So many candies. It's like a childhood dream come true. But which color could the M&M be? David suggests using a scan reading tech where they quickly look through rows to spot it. With fast eyes, the efficiency could increase. He and George work together, filtering through layers. Charlie disagrees, though. It's too unpredictable. The M&M's position could be moving up and down, so it might be harder to find. The host suggests a challenge. Each person throws 10 candies in the air, and the one who catches the most with their mouth wins. David tosses one candy after another, his hands and mouth working in sync. He catches 7 candies in total. Now it's Charlie's turn. He matches David, easily catching 7 too. But George is under pressure. If he doesn't catch more, he'll face a penalty. He gets nervous and catches only 5 candies. The host hands him a blindfold-like headgear. He can't take it off for 30 minutes. With David and Charlie tied, they go into overtime. Charlie accidentally hits his teeth and sends 1 candy flying, and David wins this round. The host reveals 2 colors that are not M&Ms. Now they know a bit more, but there are still 4 colors to eliminate. George, wearing the headgear, decides to take a break, waiting for his penalty to end. Meanwhile, David and Charlie keep searching, needing sharp eyes and plenty of patience. The host announces the second challenge. Guess the candy color while blindfolded. If they guess right, they get a clue. If they guess wrong, they face a penalty. None of them get it right in the first round, so they're all shot with a toy gun. Next, George guesses 1 correct and gets a color that isn't the M&M. Charlie guesses 2 right in a row and learns 2 more colors that aren't the M&M. David doesn't guess a single one right, but he suggests they share their clues. Together, they rule out 5 colors, leaving only green and red as the possible M&M colors. They get an important clue, and they're all fired up again. Finding a needle in a haystack is never easy, but the odds of finding the M&M are slim. The host starts the next challenge. He hides a sound-emitting keychain in the candy pool. The player who finds it first wins a reward. They all make noise and listen for the echo. The noisy pool makes it hard to hear where it's coming from. They search frantically, and after a while, David catches a glimpse of a letter. He's sure it's near. But before they can focus, Charlie snatches the keychain. He wins 10 minutes of solo searching while the others just watch. Charlie dives into the search, but even after 10 minutes, he hasn't found the M&M. The next challenge, the host covers them in double-sided tape, and they have to collect as many candies as possible. They scramble like little worms, sticking candies to themselves. In just minutes, they've all transformed into candy-covered creatures. Now it's time to weigh them. George, being the biggest, collects the most. Charlie, the smallest, collects the least. His punishment, wearing colored glasses that only let him see 2 colors. He can't tell the difference between the rainbow candies. George's reward, a magnifying glass. But the lens is so small, it's almost useless. David recalls where he saw the M&M before, but the marks have been covered by others. They try searching one by one. No shortcuts, just brute force. The host adds another twist. 3 buckets are placed on their heads. The last person standing with their bucket wins. George and Charlie have no problem balancing their buckets, but David's wobbles dangerously. The host tells them to raise their hands. The balance gets better as they keep searching. David's struggling. And in the end, he loses the round. Charlie wins and gets an assistant to help him. David gets a shocking penalty, a magic tape that increases in intensity with each level. He can barely stand the first level and still has 2 more to go. It's so painful, even through the screen, but they keep going. The 4 of them crowd into the pool, hoping that more eyes will help find the M&M. They change positions, scrambling through the candies, but still, the M&M is nowhere to be found. The host announces a new challenge. Drink a beverage through a straw as fast as possible. The one who finishes first wins a reward. They all suck hard, and Charlie finishes in just a few minutes. His reward, $5,000. David finishes second, so he doesn't get a reward, but at least he avoids the punishment. George loses and has to wear the blindfold again. But here's the twist. George pulls an M&M from his pocket. It's the one he found over an hour ago and kept hidden for fun. The host checks, and indeed, it's the M&M. David and Charlie can only look at each other, realizing they've been outplayed. George wins the game and the $100,000. Now the big question, if it were you, how would you find the M&M?